Hello, everybody, and welcome. Gentlemen, how you doing tonight?
Blurry hands,
Players.
Good.
not
Oh,
just the
yeah.
background.
Yeah, no, it doesn't like your fingers, Ryan.
Guess not. I got to get rid of them.
Well, welcome, everybody, to Icewind Dale Rhyme or Reason. This is episode 34. But if you're just joining us for the first time, it's still a great place to jump right into the action here. We'll give you a little recap of what we're up to, what we're doing, including things like playing Dungeons and Dragons. Along with other things that we do on the stream, like talk about random stuff. But hey, I want to thank our sponsor, Hero Forge, before we get going here tonight. Hero Forge is awesome. If you want to be able to create custom miniatures for your characters, for NPCs, whether you want to make your own portraits, character portraits, whether you want to have actual like tokens like Ryan is pointing to, or 3D printed miniatures that they will ship right to your house in full color or for you to paint yourself. Check out HeroForge.com. I'll just give a little plug for some of the cool creations that they've recently shared from their Creators Guild. I love these monthly recaps because they're just always like amazing things that people have made. There's a learning curve to it, but it's pretty easy to just jump right in and start swapping out parts and messing with the races and faces and poses and items, all kinds of cool stuff.
Digging that custom head that one has.
Yeah, seriously. They're what is it? Like a
don't know, it looks
warhammer,
like
a flaming warhammer,
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
a flaming maul.
I love Warhammers. Is that a Warhammer?
Yeah, absolutely.
I love this guy right here.
Yeah, I
That
thought
guy
so
is
too.
super cool looking. So yeah, they also have these packs of STL files that you can grab at a discounted rate. So pre-made STLs. So they've got lots of cool options now. Go check them out at HeroForge.com. And thank you to Hero Forge for sponsoring the stream. All right. Well, let me pull up the chat too, so I can just let us know how our volume is as well. Please just give us feedback on things you're seeing or hearing that are out of sorts. Always helpful.
Can you hear me? Can you see me?
I can. Yeah. Okay, let me see one thing here. I gotta do
Pretend I can't hear or
pulling
see
the
him.
chat in my view.
I can see you, Will, more clearly than last time we played. You change your lighting up over there.
I did.
It's good.
Looking fly.
Oui.
All right, and Michael's not here tonight, but there's a chance he might be joining us later tonight. But he's got plans, and we had to postpone last week because of Valentine's Day and stuff. So yeah, he'll be back with us next time for sure. All right. Our players find themselves in the ancient ruined city of Ythrin, once a great floating city and part of the Netherese Empire, now sunken beneath the Reghead Glacier. And sealed behind the ice, our party of adventurers has made their way in with the help of Valin Harpel, a member of the Arcane Brotherhood, and they are exploring the city in search for items of power, wealth, riches, and perhaps even a way to help the people of Icewind Dale and break the everlasting winter they find themselves in. So, our party last time did discover one of the towers of magic, and the inscription, which I accidentally closed here, the inscription that you have found so far to get into this central tower, which you see on screen, is, so you've got one of those so far. First, shield thy heart with a wand from the Nether Oak. In addition to exploring the Tower of, I believe it was Abjuration. You've explored two now, the Conjuration and Abjuration, I believe. You also won a game of Chain Lightning, which was awesome, and received a trophy for that. I believe Fizwick has the trophy that functions as a stone of good luck. And the city still lies before you here, but you guys found yourselves traveling next to the Tower of... Make sure I get the right one here.
Wait.
It is the Tower of Conjuration that you find yourselves in now. After a battle with some gigantic living Big B's hand spells, you and in a narrow escape through a portal by touching the small tower in the center of the room, you were opened up into a portal, and you have come face to face with 3 night hags, sisters. You guys greeted them last time, and they beckon you in. Welcome, welcome. Dranyage, you have grown quite large. You find yourselves definitely having to hunch over a bit in their smallish quarters. Dranyage has a spear that has made him continue to grow even larger than his already somewhat towering Luxodon form.
You do anymore, Grugfar. No more hand holding.
No more
It's better that way.
Of course, if I do get really large and you do decide to help me out, I could be just absolutely enormous.
That's true.
So, the hags had introduced themselves anti-pinch, anti-pillage, and anti-plunder. And they beckon you inside and say, welcome, please. What can we do for you?
We need a moment to rest, at least for the time being, after what we've been through. Are those your hands outside the portal?
Oh, no, no, no. We take refuge in here. Away from all that mess. And what brings you here to Ythrin and to our abode?
We're here looking for a way to solve the permanent winter that has befallen our land.
Yes, it is quite cold around here, that's for sure. Nice and warm in here, though. Please, come, by the fire.
We know if we're inside the tower still, like they live inside the tower, or have we been transported to another geographic location altogether?
You don't necessarily know, I don't think, but it was certainly a portal, and you could ask them that if you want to.
Like the portal just entered to their front door, or like can we look around their house and see more landscape?
No, it's pretty much blackness all around, but it's like you're standing on this sea of black, and all you can see is their little home here. It's kind of a stone hut.
This blackness is just killing Fizwick, and he kind of just runs inside because as bad as it looks inside, the blackness is infinitely bad.
Is it cold outside their hut?
It is not particularly cold, no.
Okay.
Certainly warmer than Ythrin was.
What you got cooking in this cauldron?
Oh, some kind of concoction. Not something that would be very good to eat, but we do have some other things.
Fizwick's peeking into the pot, and you can see his eyes following this like phallus that's like just floating across the top of it. And he slowly like backs away from the pot. Something you would kind of uncommon.
It only took like 8 minutes for our first dick joke, people. All right. Very good. Yeah, you also see like on the ledge this like it looks like a clay pot, but it's in the face of like a screaming child. And just other weird things, you know, little like dead animals and skeletons hanging around. Herbs, lots of herbs. and other plants, dried things.
Why have you chosen to live here in this realm?
Well, this is our coven, and we, find it safer here than being out in Ythrin, or really anywhere else. We do frequent Ythrin from time to time, and there are many doorways from here to other places. You have arrived through that one, but there are others.
Can you give me an example of some other place we might go? If
Oh.
not back from where exactly we came from?
Pretty much anywhere you want to be, really. But you will stay here.
Oh, I beg your pardon. Why would we stay here?
Well, I suppose you could go back the way you came, for a price.
What are you thinking?
My hands immediately go down and rest on my axes.
Grugfar puts his hand out to you like stay your action to Dranyaj. What are you proposing?
So she says, well, if you are in Ythrin, I suppose you might be interested in getting into the tower in the center. Yes?
That we are.
Well, we have a secret we could share with you that would aid you in getting where you need to be. But we are also collectors of secrets. We would need...
Secret is simply to aid us, not to... It's not a requirement. Then I think we can probably find our own way up the tower.
As you wish. But we have help we could offer. And the price is not very high.
We'd need to know what you're offering to know if the price is high or not.
There are several steps in order to enter this central necropolis. We could give you one more step in the process and tell you where to find others.
Well, that'd be valuable to me. What do you need in return?
A secret. We would simply need to search your mind for a secret, a memory. It would be ours to keep.
Do we choose the memory we turn over, or is that your choice?
We have met with some who are able to guide us through their minds, depending on your mental fortitude. But it is not a given. Please. And she offers, one of the other sisters kind of brings some dried meat and offers it to you. There's also what seems to be like maybe a cooked like rutabaga or some kind of rooty vegetable.
I'm going to give it a little bit of a sniff to ascertain if I think it's
Fizwick
safe or
kind of-
not.
Fizwick pushes your hand away and you just some penises. Don't do it.
Grugfar throws him a confused look.
Scrotum soup. You don't want none of it.
And takes a bite out of the rutabaga.
Yeah, I mean, it tastes very bland.
Okay.
Excuse me, Mrs. Witch.
Please,
What's
call me Auntie Pinch.
Auntie Pinch?
Which is which?
Auntie Pinch, what's in the soup?
The soup? Oh, that is not really a soup. It is a brew, and it is not for you.
So what's gonna happen to him now?
Who?
Didn't Alex just have some?
Oh,
I ate a chunk of rutabaga because it looked
Yeah.
the least phallic.
they're not
a lot
serving
of
you.
options I was
They're not
finding.
serving you what's in the pot.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
mentioned the phallic, so I thought you had consumed.
I thought you mentioned that, Will.
It's
He's gonna go
shaped
big
like-
and strong, Will, because he ate his veggies.
Yeah, no, it's just a root vegetable of some kind. They didn't serve you what's in the pot.
Is there, like, nobody? I don't know if here can do detect magic or anything, but is there any indication of like things in here that they can use against us, or is it just? Does it just seem like they're three crazy old ladies who sort of practice like stereotypical witchery?
You know, I would say you definitely get the feeling that there is like darkness here. Like it is not yeah, I would say definitely like Nikos would probably have a good feeling that these are hags. And probably Grukvar too, as a cleric, would definitely, have a sense of foreboding here that like it's just, yeah, you don't want to mess with these ladies really, or they've done some really awful things.
We see that child scream vase, or whatever up there, right? I mean, we see things like that probably, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
And they don't look like humans,
No.
from the imagery I'm seeing here. So.
No, there's definitely a luminous like yellow to their eyes, and they have horns coming out of their heads. Yeah, they're hunched. They have skulls everywhere. Yep.
I'll let you take a memory if I get to choose it. I've got some real doozies I think you'd like. If you let me make the choice. Otherwise, we may have a bit of a conflict on our hands here.
There have to be something that no one else knows about, or just a memory.
That's the idea. I mean, maybe like, I would say something that you don't want others to know about. Like something that there might be,
I heard he took care of all that.
yeah, one other, another couple of people or something like that. But yeah. I guess maybe I should have answered that in character. But yeah.
Well, I think that's why Grukvar wants to make the choice himself, because there are memories that are bad, but if you get rid of them, they might be formative to your character or important for who you are. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah. All you must do is bring that memory to the forefront of your mind, and you can try to guide us there. That is acceptable.
I turn to the party. What do you think about that?
This is easy. She's just asking for our all-time worst Google searches. I got this.
Do you agree to undergo this procedure, Fizwick? It might be something other than your Google search.
Let's do it.
It is
What
quite
about you?
harmless, I assure you.
What about you, Dranyaj?
Don't trust their motives, but if what they say they want is what they want, I think I could come up with a memory they can have.
I'm sure Nikos would come up with a crazy trick of some way around this, but Michael's not here, so I'll let him decide later, like how he would have handled that.
I'm over here
He'll
trying to
switch
rack
her-
my
Oh,
brain, not
he's
for a
good- he would-
memory,
no,
but how
no,
we can
in
take on
respect to
3
Michael,
witches.
he would play some Total Recall type memory stuff where he'd do some cool like thing where he's just gonna like create the memory for them to take or something like that.
Oh yeah, yeah. The power of his mind.
Yeah, because he's got that like mind control thing, particularly with like I was
For
thinking
sure.
that today was something else like these mushroom spores that hold the memories of beholders. And they'll grow out of dead beholder bodies. And I was like, oh man, Nikos would be there like talking to the mushroom spores to learn where the beholder's lair was. And
Mhm.
Crushing them up and putting them in
anyways,
I think that Belen and Nikos would at least go along for the ride, or at least say they would,
Mhm.
right? What do you guys think?
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
Velen agrees. She kind of, nods and says, "Fine, if it will get us where we want. Let's not forget the goal here, my friends." So they say, "Please be seated. This will not require us to touch you in any way, but we must sit around the cauldron here, the fire." Do you guys sit down?
Yes.
Okay. And they sit kind of side by side with you and begin chanting. One of them is stirring the cauldron, and they immediately, like this kind of like mist and smoke starts to pour forth from the cauldron, kind of shrouding you as they begin to chant and babble and, just words you can't understand. But you close your eyes, and what I need is for everyone to just go ahead and make me a wisdom saving throw if you want to try to guide them to a specific memory.
Rolled an 11.
Okay.
12.
Rolled 3.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll let you guys determine how that would play out. With rolls that low, it might not be the memory that you had wanted to give them. It might be something else, but I'll let you decide that, and I'll let you
This
just kind of out of
happening all at
character.
once? Like, are they taking all of our memories at the same time, or are they
Yeah.
going person to person? Okay.
Yeah, like all at once. Yep. So I'll let you just kind of, out of character here, say what you see kind of flash before your eyes as it leaves you. And anyone can start. And your characters would not know each other's, they're not seeing this. It's just you seeing
Oh,
it.
Fizwick is stealing food from people that don't have any, and he might have stolen somebody's last meal. It was actually a small family, and he took what meager means they had and lived abundantly for the next month off of it, and they probably would have died, let's say, in the situation that they were in the place, and there's nobody coming for them.
Dang. Yep.
Yeah,
All
food
right.
from hungry people.
Yep.
And kids too. That one really stings.
Yeah, that's brutal.
So
Yeah. That is.
So my goal would have been to steer them towards sort of an innocuous memory from when I was a kid that, was strong, but I could do without it. I was at school and I got scared and I wet my pants or something like that. But no matter how hard I try, despite being past or thinking that I'm past the situation or the events that brought me to Icewind Dale in the first place, stronger thoughts of my previous home on the ship and the captain who was a father to me, who I accidentally killed, and the mistrust of my fellow shipmates, and the rejection from them, and my leaving, like, so all of that, just sort of like, no matter what I do, I can't push it down, and it ends up leaving me completely.
Yeah, that's big. And Alex?
Grukvar, as I mentioned, has some memories that are really bad, but feels they're very important to his decision to be sort of an uncommon Duergar in a way and go the direction he's gone. And one of those was that when he was on a prison ship that was heading north from towards Icewind Dale, got stuck in the ice. And because everyone on that ship was starving, basically, people set out from the ice floe where it was frozen and headed into Icewind Dale. But because of the weather, not everyone was able to make it. And it was down, as he was walking, it was down to him and this other guy that he had become friends with. And he ended up clubbing this guy to kill him so that he had something to eat, because they were both starving. And that was like a personal low for him.
Mm-hmm.
And
Glad it doesn't get any lower.
changed his trajectory from there. He really didn't want to give that memory up because that's important to who he is, but he wasn't able to steer them the way he wanted to.
Yeah, I love
So
that.
it's funny, we got eating too much, not eating enough, and murder.
The prison ship that I was on, and the ship that Dranyaj was on, yeah, there's a lot of commonalities here.
Yeah.
Not the same ship. We didn't transport prisoners.
Good.
We just stole from people.
Oh yeah. I stole food, you stole food.
Grufar,
Yeah.
did you ever say how long you've been out of the Underdark?
Well, for years, for many years.
That just crossed my head, or crossed my mind. Like, I don't know how long you've been.
Yeah, but I didn't exit the Underdark in Icewind Dale.
You didn't?
I didn't. No.
Valin's memory is, just for the sake of fleshing it out a little more, is one of a betrayal at within the Arcane Brotherhood, which is very common. But this one also involved a love interest of hers, who she had murdered because he cheated on her. She did not kill him herself, but hired and orchestrated it. And the hags, you can hear this kind of like cackling with glee as your memories leave you. And then it ends all of a sudden in this and you find the like smoke and steam around you just sucks back into the cauldron, and they look at Nikos and go, "Leave! You must leave now!" And they say, "Out!" And they all three like point to the door and say, "Back!" And you can
Just
see
to Nikos or to all of us?
to all of you, but specifically they're all looking in fear at Nikos, and they just kind of like are grasping their heads, and they say, "What are you?" to Nikos. And Nikos kind of like unveils his true nature, and they point out.
What about our side of the deal?
Give us what you've promised us.
she looks up to the ceiling really quickly and points a staff at it, and you see burning in these runes, draconic runes, the text that you seek. It says, come on, Nate. You got this.
That's a weird thing to say.
Second, summon a flame in the palm of your hand. And I'll put that in the chat. And in the YouTube chat too. Why not?
We never should have taken this deal. Should have known better than to trust
Yeah,
enough hags.
do we remember that what they did?
Yeah, they just took the memory they just took that one memory. They didn't wipe our brains.
But we're not like weird now.
No.
For a while or anything.
No, Nikos does, like, he's holding his head. And he kind of gets up and stumbles out the door. Valin is kind of like holding him, like, are you okay? And he doesn't say anything.
I sort of
If we step out the door, are we leaving the portal? Are we popping back into the room?
You see the portal, yep, right outside the door.
Okay.
I step aside and sort of hold the door open for everybody else to go through. And then as I go through, I want to turn and hurl my trident at the cauldron to knock it over and spill its contents all over.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and make an attack roll. You can have advantage.
It's a 28.
All right. Yeah. You see a big. It doesn't knock over, but it's a big splash of like half of the contents.
Would I have been able to throw it hard enough to like pierce the side of it so it?
Yeah, I think so.
It spills.
I like that. It is a
my goal
magical
is to
trident.
Get rid of the contents, to spill it out, to disperse whatever.
Yeah, you definitely see a big gash in the side of it, kind of like as it's draining out onto the flames and sizzling. This like putrid black smoke is filling the room, and you can see even the hags beginning to cough.
And then I slam the door behind me and I walk through the portal.
All right, and Fizwick, you went through the portal too.
Oh no, he's stuck in the room. No, I'm kidding.
I said I waited.
Yeah. Fizwick's
All right.
long gone.
All right. Yeah. You guys find yourselves back in the tower. The hands are gone. And you guys just find yourselves in this kind of empty chamber now.
Did we hear the first part of the
Yep.
puzzle?
So the first part was first, shield thy heart with a wand from the nether oak. And the second is now, summon a flame in the palm of your hand.
Okay, so it kind of makes sense to me now. We got to transit to all these towers to collect these bits of information.
Yes, and I'll show the map here. Yeah, that was the goal, was the towers. Let's see.
And we're at the one with the marker on it right now.
Yes, you are. The one with the marker on it. Yeah, and I did send the Owlbear Rodeo link in the Facebook chat if you guys didn't see that, so you can pull that up in the Facebook chat just a little above the Zoom link. But let me show the map for our viewers here as well. There we go. So this is the entire map of the necropolis here. And then you guys had traversed to from the Chain Lightning Stadium to the Tower of Abjuration, and now to the Tower of Conjuration here. And you see another similar, similar towers. You see one off on the edge here that definitely looks like the top looks a lot like those that you had seen before, or that, yeah, like the others. You also see another one around the bend that looks a little bit different, but similar height. It's around the other side of the necropolis, which you can just barely see around the central tower.
Okay.
How far away from the one on the edge are we?
Let's see. I think this is the scale here, 200 feet. The one on the edge is about 300 or 400 feet.
I say we head to that one. It looks like there's, if we need a wooden wand from an oak, I think I can see some trees in the distance. We could check those out on the way to the third tower.
I like your thinking. Let's do it.
Let's get some wood.
You and go back with the hags. There's some soup in there for you.
All right, so
Did you get a chance to see what that was floating around there when it fell out, when you made the soup splash out of the cauldron? Did you get a better look at that, Dranyaj?
Yeah, it was just a little piece of T-bone steak with some extra meat and fat on it.
Okay.
I think Fizwick is seeing things that he wants to see.
We need to get the emoji for the eggplant dong.
Yeah.
Every time somebody makes a joke, Nate is gonna hit a button and it will like hashtag marks, like a little like health points. Your next bar names.
yeah, no, we don't need to keep track of it, like of extra rolls or like
fighter pilots,
inspiration
every
or
time
anything like
Yeah.
that. We need
Every
eggplant
time they
emojis.
shoot down an enemy, they put a little X on the
Ooh,
plane.
it could be the official drinking game of Rhyme or Reason. Is anytime you see the dong symbol pop up, you get everybody enjoys their beverage.
Yeah.
All
They
right.
might be making it too easy
Nate's
on the
gonna kill
viewers, though.
me.
They should just listen. They should just listen.
Yeah, we want them to be able to
Yeah.
remember what happened at the end of the.
Yeah.
the
I want them to log it.
They're logging in this. Yep, they are.
Well, speaking of logs, let's go check out a forest.
All right, sounds good. So you guys do walk to the west, and you do see a forest. You see a large structure on your right as you are passing by here. A pretty grand structure. And then you see a forest, a little grove straight ahead. Yeah.
What is the structure? Does it have any clues as to what it might be? As long as
Yeah.
we're walking past it.
There are. This colossal building has many lofty turrets in a state of disrepair. The ground below littered with their rubble. A giant-sized door at the base of the structure stands slightly ajar. So other than that, no particular clues, unless you want to peek inside.
I would like to peek inside.
Okay. You see, kind of a grand entry, and you also see shelves full of books.
Ooh.
I bet Nikos would be looking around at this point.
Yeah. I say we make a note of it, but we continue on to the grove for the time being.
Good, Nikos.
Maybe once Nikos has regained his capacity.
yeah. He probably isn't thinking too hard about book learning
understand.
right now.
Yeah.
What would Fizwick learn from looking around?
It looks like a lot of books. Yeah.
Nothing
don't-
beyond books, though.
There are desks. There are a couple like lights kind of glowing, but there are some that are also kind of shattered and destroyed. But you do see it lit well enough that it looks like a grand library.
Does it look used, or does it look like it's been sitting there for eons with nobody touching any of the books?
You know, it does look somewhat like, you know, in use. Yeah.
Is there like an altar or a certain place that has a book that's maybe open or was being read?
Let's see. Yeah, I would say that towards the other end of the library, you do see like a particularly well lit area with a couple of books on a really like ornate table.
And I have Federo fly down, land on the table, and he's doing his bird kind of wing flapping, and he's getting a look at the books. And what are we seeing?
Yeah, Federo sees a figure walking around. Two figures, actually. One of them appears to be like a jackal-headed humanoid, and the other looks like a penguin, kind of waddling behind it as they're carrying books and shuffling around.
I think I have an idea what the jackal-headed creature is, but I don't know if Gruckfar would.
I think I do too. The penguin, though, is...
The penguin's a new one for me.
Yeah. Does he look like Danny DeVito at all?
Yeah.
I say we put a pin in that and continue it towards the grove like we were originally going to. That's my vote on this one. And I think once Nikos is back to his old self, he might want to poke in here, take a look.
To the grove.
Okay.
Stick to the path we know.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Let's not get
Federo
distracted
flies back to you, and you know, barely the head of the jackal-headed creature kind of turns, but kind of must have been nothing sort of thing.
Old lady at the other end goes,
Exactly.
Nice.
So, the grove ahead of you. Let's talk about that. A canopy of golden leaves crowns the trees inside of this sunken basin. The trees grow in stark contrast to their bleak surroundings, their branches swaying even though the air is deathly still.
do they look living?
They do.
Can I bend down and touch the soil or the ground? Does it feel like actual soil, like I would be used to feeling outside?
It does. And you kind of, as you bend down and touch the soil, you also notice there's kind of this mist that's coming out of vents along the side of the like the wall, the inner wall here.
Can I smell anything unusual for this setting?
No. I guess yeah, I mean it smells kind of like lush. It smells like mud, you know, that good like fresh smell like after the snow is melted and you can smell the ground again. Something that we understand here in Michigan. Sorry for those who don't. It's a good smell.
Very strange. There's much life here. Healthy life.
This mist that's coming out of the vents, does it have any sort of color to it? Or is it just sort of, looks like it's just water vapor?
It's gray.
And
And
it's kind of hanging
it does
along the
seem to be kind of like water vapor, yeah. And along kind of the other side, now that you mentioned that, you do see some rain actually falling toward the other side of the grove.
Wow.
And if you look up, you see a fall sky that kind of flickers here and there, like it's not quite working right. One moment it'll be a starry sky. The next moment it's like just a thunderstorm and just kind of glitching.
Okay, so that's kind of why there's rain in one section and not in the other. Okay.
Is it warm here? Like relatively warm?
Yeah, warmer than yep. The mist itself, you can kind of feel the warmth from that vapor.
I would like to inspect one of these trees to determine if it's an oak or not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, go ahead and make a nature check. Yep.
16.
Yeah, you notice that that these trees do seem to be oaks, and there is one in particular. Let's see here. Yeah, there's one in the middle that appears to be quite a bit larger than the others.
Okay, I want to head towards that one.
Mm-hmm.
When you say larger, how about how tall? Is there any indication of that?
Yeah, probably about 50 feet.
Okay.
The others seem a little younger. Like they're not. Yeah, you get the sense it is a struggle, even though they have managed to grow trees here. It's not like an easy task where they're just gonna, wow, they're growing like crazy.
Yeah.
But this one in the center is particularly large.
If we touch the one in the middle, is it just a tree?
It moves slightly.
Great.
And there's kind of a shudder, and some of the leaves fall.
Grukvar says, if you can hear me, shake your branches twice.
Needed to
You
do it
hear a
twice?
big sigh. And the whole trunk kind of twists a little bit. And it turns to you. And you see a face blinking. Who are you?
Branyaj immediately takes a knee and we are travelers, hoping to help the people from where we came from. Might you be the Nether Oak?
I am. And I am not interested in helping people.
Why not?
The affairs of people do not concern me. And I am, honestly, more interested in hurting them. And you see this big branch just kind of slam to the ground, like very close to you guys, but not on you. And he was trying to startle you. I'll let you decide if you were startled or...
Okay.
I'm incapable of being startled.
Really?
Yep.
How? Why? How?
It's a trait that I have.
Okay.
Because of a feat that I took, I cannot be frightened or startled from by anything that I can see.
Can I do a perception check
Cool
on
as
this
a
tree to
cucumber.
determine if he was just trying to scare us or if he actually wants to fight? Like,
Sure.
I want to just try to ascertain what is.
Yeah, you can make an insight check if you'd like.
Okay. Rolled a 25.
All right. So, a 25. Yeah, definitely you get the sense that he doesn't want, he's not picking a fight per se, but it's antagon. You get the sense of there's some antagonism going on for sure. Yeah.
Grukvar says, we're in his grove. Let's give him some space, and starts backing up from the tree.
Before I do that, I'm gonna stay knelt with my head down respectfully, and I'm going to say, you may not care about helping men, but you are part of this planet. You are part of this world and its nature. And if we were to fail in our quest, you may very well find yourself dealing with the consequences of a failing planet and failing life. Even down here, nature has a way of, or destruction rather, has a way of affecting all of those around it.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and make a persuasion check, Ryan. I see in the chat the question about what they're trying to do, or what's the riddle they're trying to solve. So they're trying to get into the central tower here in Ythrin, which is they have been told is the home of a demi-lich. Eriolarthus is his name. And yeah, so, and there's
oh, sorry, go ahead.
and there's probably very powerful things in there that would help. Like, if they're looking for powerful magic items, this is the place. Yeah, I don't know if you guys were actually told, like, that's his home. I think you were just told that he ruled this place. And, yeah.
Yeah. So I rolled an 8.
Okay. He says, I will be fine here, thank you very much. Your concerns are not mine.
Okay.
If you plan to hurt someone, that is what I am most interested in.
Well, what if he hurts you?
You could try.
As I back up, I will say our quest will inevitably cause us to hurt those responsible. But I can see from whatever magic is causing your ceiling to fail, your beautiful space here to fail, is not what do I want to say? That would be the least of your concerns. Your home is already dying. It would be a shame to see it frozen solid in a block of ice as well. And I'd just back up.
So what do you want from me?
We
We need another oak wand.
just probably just need a piece of branch, right?
Can you spread our branch?
Something easy for you to grow back. And it may help us hurt.
He kind of looks over the, I guess, 5 of you, including Valen. He gets down, actually, like on his knees, on one knee anyway, and peers into each of your eyes.
Freeze knees?
And you can see,
So, hey, Snake, is he not rooted to the ground? He's just sort of standing there?
he has basically uprooted himself.
Okay.
He looks like an ant, like a tree ant. But more sinister, we'll say.
Okay.
Yeah. And he's holding a twig. And he says to Nikos, you look like one who could use this well. And
But it'd be bigger.
he hands it to Nikos. And all of a sudden the twig, after it leaves the hand of the tree ant, seems a lot larger than a twig. And he says, "Now, you can go about your business, if you wish."
All right, I say, let's head out of here and give him some more space.
We'll thank him as I turn to leave.
And Nikos tucks it away within his cloak, still a little bit shaken, but you all walk back to the edge. As you do so, you see a couple of like twig-like, stick-like creatures, roughly human-sized, some dwarf-sized, kind of walking around, peering at you from behind some of the trees. And yeah, what would you guys like to do next?
They have weapons.
They don't.
Let's head to the tower at the edge, I think.
Okay.
All right. So you guys are going to go this direction?
Uh-huh.
All right. The walls of this thin tower are etched with intricate designs of hands and eyes. Silver light flickers from a high window, above which a large carved eye animates and blinks. Part of the tower's roof is missing. So you can kind of see this eye here
Oh, yeah.
if I zoom way in. Yeah.
I'd like to inspect those glyphs that are carved in the wall. Are they glowing? Are they just carved? Are there anything worth if I was to look closely at them?
Yeah, you could certainly. They are glowing. Let's see. Yeah, and they're mostly hands and eyes
Okay.
symbols. Yep. You could probably make like an Arcana check if you want to.
2.
Yeah, you can't tell.
Okay.
Nikos
here-
mumbles, "It's divination magic." Fools.
Any sounds from inside the tower?
No.
Well, I've done some divination in my time. Something that any cleric has done. So perhaps I'm not as foolish as you think. And I step inside the tower.
I suspect none of us are as foolish as he thinks. And I walk in too.
Do you guys all follow?
Yeah.
All right. Inside, it's the same setup as the other ones you've seen where, you know, it's basically you walk in and it's just a staircase up to the top.
We hear anything from the top?
You do not.
What's Federo see when he flies up?
Yeah, Federo, if he flies up, sees large gashes in the roof allow you to see the dark icicle-festooned roof of the great ice cavern beyond.
Ooh.
Silver light emanates from a 3-foot diameter glass orb situated atop a 2-foot-high cylindrical stone plinth in the center of a 30-foot diameter rubble-strewn circular chamber. So it's icy, it's a large stone circular chamber. Eyeballs drift inside the orb, like fish in a bowl. Some have cataracts, while others are bloodshot or pus-filled. but all turn and gaze at Federo as he flies by.
Hmm. I say we head upstairs to get a closer look.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, so that's what you guys see in there. It feels quite cold in here. Yeah.
I've got some concerns. First of all, this room's been destroyed, so it could have happened during the fall, and it could have happened from someone misusing this device in the center of the room. And the second is that the eyes floating around inside there look pretty unpleasant.
It is disconcerting, but this is your realm of expertise. What do you think we should do?
Grukvar, could you make me a religion check?
15.
All right. You recall that a crystal ball filled with eyes is the symbol of Savras, god of divination.
Just doing a quick check here. Nope, I don't have that prepared. Because I do have the capacity for some divination magic myself. That could come in handy here, but I don't have any prepared. So I'm going to tell that to the group, and then I am going to.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot one thing.
Uh-huh.
Are you guys pretty close to the orb?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Yeah, you also see an inscription that Belin or Nikos are able to translate for you. Ask, and we shall find. Written on the stone beneath the orb.
Savrist, is it a pleasant deity to deal with? Do you know?
It doesn't necessarily concern itself with pleasantries or nastiness, but simply the fate and the future and knowledge as general principles. Does that seem about right to you, Nate?
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
We ask it what the next part of the riddle is?
That's what I want to do.
That
Yeah.
seems too on the nose.
Well, if it's knowledge we seek, then let's use this device. I will walk up to it and place my hands on it and ask it what is the third step we need to know to open the tower in the center of Ythrin. Uh-oh.
It shows you a pile of rubble. You just get this flash of this pile of rubble. And then your vision shoots up. And you can see it's the tower. And then it's all of a sudden you see you standing there with your eyes closed over the orb. And then it all of a sudden flashes back to the rubble.
See, Doctor Strange.
Well, I think I know where we need to go to get this answer.
And Grukvar, I need you to make a DC, a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. I rolled a 13, but I'm going to use my inspiration to roll again.
Okay.
24.
Okay. Yeah, you're good.
Okay. I would like to lead the group down the stairs to that pile of rubble.
All right. Yeah, you as you like take your hands off it, you feel this like kind of piercing like sensation go through your body, but you and specifically like your head, you just kind of feel this like flash of like a headache, and then it's gone instantly.
Okay.
Like a real bad migraine, but only for a split second.
Okay.
Pearls. I'm better.
Federo flies out the opening in the side and flies down to this pile of rubble, and kind of like waits outside the tower.
So it showed you where the pile of rubble was, not just a picture of what we're looking for.
Yeah.
Right.
We should search that pile of rubble.
Yep.
All right.
Yep, go ahead.
I think we should all gather around this rubble and start from and work our way to around it and see if we can find any clues.
Mm-hmm.
I suspect some sort of inscription or runic carving will be found on this. It'll tell us what we need to know.
I found the cue.
Oh snap, guys! I'm totally wrong. I'm sorry. Oh man.
I'm dead.
No,
You
no,
no
no,
longer
no.
have
You're good.
eyes.
You're good. The rubble is not right outside the tower. That's the only thing I messed up on.
Oh.
The rubble is actually, and it would show you, relative to where you are. So you're still good there. You still know the location, but it's not so close as I said. Let me figure out where it is here. It is actually.
Are you going to mark it on the map?
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
As soon as I find the dang thing. Well, the problem is I've got it labeled wrong. I've got two Y14s, and it is one of them should be Y15. So let me go back up to my map here. Okay.
That's a beautiful map of the city of
Yeah.
Ythrin.
I really like it. I really
Yeah,
like it. It's
it's
cool.
cool.
And it just has like such fantastical, crazy looking buildings too. So
Yeah.
that helps.
Uh-huh.
But
I'm jealous of the guy whose job it is to just draw this stuff all the time.
right?
Oh, you need a cool fantasy scene? Cool.
Yeah. All right. This is it right here.
Okay.
So
Fizwick, we don't want to hear what it looks like.
Well, they all look like that.
and it's like
He got the dong mark next to his name this time.
I would say it's not quite as bad as the one you're at right now.
Yeah. Well, it's just a
Not
little
quite as
stuffier. It's the
phallic.
same.
Yeah.
When we play the dong mark, there needs to be a boing.
Yeah, see if that's in the
We cue up that sound next
Sirenscape,
time. Michael's gotta get it for us. A doing.
see if
Yeah,
that's
I'm
in the
sure that's
library.
in Sirenscape.
So is
Can
that
we
a-
walk directly there from where we're at, or do we have to go around that little neighborhood? Like, is that neighborhood walled? Is it gated? in some
Yeah, I
way?
mean, no, it's not. It's just a slight dip down there.
Oh, okay, okay.
Is
Oh,
that
I'm moving
whoa.
you. Sorry,
Is
guys.
that a pile of rubble or is it like a structure of some type?
So the rubble actually is inside this structure,
Ah.
and you guys then saw like basically Grukvar's inner eye would have like gone from this rubble like out one of the windows and pointing right at where you are. So you didn't quite see it as much as you saw the rubble, and then you saw a perspective from this tower to looking to the tower you were in.
Okay.
So I would say you could probably ascertain pretty easily that, unless you're directionally challenged, Grukvar.
The rubble's in that building over there, and Grufvar points towards it.
Do we want to walk straight there or
I say we head straight there.
is this something Fizwick can investigate quickly and efficiently?
Or Confedero, or
If
Federo could-
wishes.
Yeah, what's his range again? Can he just fly like, 500 feet ahead of you?
It's 100 feet.
Yeah, let me.
A lot.
While you're looking at that, I will get myself on the right page. Okay. And that's probably actually a good place for us to take a break, since we, yeah.
It
Well,
would be the hawk fly range
mhm.
or something.
Well, they,
Or
yeah. I'm just wondering what's the maximum distance that you can see out of its eyes, but
I think
it might
it's
be.
100 feet, but it can go wherever you tell it to. You can only see
Mhm.
through its eyes up to 100 feet. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds about right. Range. Appearing in an unoccupied space. Well, we'll take a break and get it figured out for sure. Find familiar is such a complicated spell. it's like 5 pages, isn't it, Will?
it's pretty long.
Yeah, it's not that long, but yeah, it's like a page. So anyway, we'll take a short break and we'll be back, refill our beverages, and come back and do some more adventuring and see what lies ahead in this wizard hat looking structure. All right. Thank you, everyone, for hanging with us. And thanks once again to Hero Forge for sponsoring the stream. We'll be back very shortly. Break will probably be about 5-10 minutes, Russell. That's what it usually is. All right. See ya. Where's my stop button? There we go.
Right next to the gas.
opinions.
comment to myself.
Hello,
I
everybody.
I don't know if that Lord of the Rings show is going to be good or not, but one comment I saw a lot of people making, and I didn't notice until I watched the trailer the second time, is that everything looked very clean.
Mm.
You
Yeah, I
know,
can see that.
I didn't realize this, but you know that original Lord of the Rings movie, the Peter Jackson one. Apparently, this might have been what's the name of the guy who plays Aragorn?
Viggo Mortensen.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think Vigo suggested this to the cast, but they actually would camp. They would like hike to locations and camp there in their costumes. They would actually look like they had traveled because they did.
Mhm.
Oh, their hair was greasy and stuff
Yeah,
like
and
that.
they looked dirty and they looked like they had traveled and adventured. And it seems like a small detail, but I will say, like, there's two thoughts about this. Number one, like, I think that's cool they did that, but also secondarily, I'm sure there are really cool fantasy movies or shows where the characters are wearing really extravagant costumes that never get dirty, and that's just part of the style. So maybe it's not, maybe it's a small nitpicking detail. I'm not sure, but it was an interesting thing that I did notice when I watched that trailer the second time.
Yeah, no, I can definitely see that. Yeah.
Like not just that things are too clean. It didn't look like a lived-in universe, is what people
Yeah.
were saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It did look pretty spectacular.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. We're talking about the Lord of the Rings show, everybody, in case you're wondering. Yeah, I'm excited
Now,
for
what
it. But
book is it based on? Because somebody was telling me, because I was like, I don't think there's a book for that. But then somebody was saying, like, no, there really is. It's just not called whatever the show is going to be called about. So I thought maybe like the Silmarillion or something, but that's not really a
yeah, I don't know. It might.
showable thing.
Yeah, I honestly don't know about that. I'm excited to get the One Ring RPG, which I've kickstarted. It's coming. It's supposed to be here by now, but
Fucking nerds.
yeah.
I got that, Nate. I
You
got
did?
that in the mail.
Oh, you got yours?
Mhm.
What did you get?
You must have backed before me or something.
I don't know how that works.
All right. Well, you got to come over sometime and bring
I'll show it to you.
I have the PDF, so I've been reading it, but it's not the same. And I
Yeah,
think
what's
I think I'm supposed to be getting the dice too and stuff. So anyway,
What did you get, Alex?
It
One
is the Lord of the Rings based RPG that's created by Free League.
Mhm.
Same people that made is it Forbidden?
Forbidden Lands.
Forbidden Lands and
Yep.
Vaesen, and
Yep.
they're a Scandinavian company, I believe.
Yeah, they're there.
But it's like supposed to be the best Lord of the Rings based RPG.
Have you guys played any of the board games or like collectible card games or anything like that?
For
Lord of the
Lord of the
stuff?
Rings?
Yeah,
No,
They're supposed to
I
be
hear they're
pretty-
good.
pretty good, but they're very expensive.
Yeah, and I hear they're kind of complicated, but yeah.
Tolkien wants that money.
Yeah. Deposited to his grave.
Oh man. Yeah, the Tolkien estate, I guess, still can make money.
AKA Disney.
No, it's not Disney, is it?
No, it's somebody else, but
Yeah, I read an article recently that Tolkien did not want to work with Walt Disney. So, yeah, didn't like the guy. Anyway, hey, we're gonna play some Dungeons and Dragons. Welcome back, everybody. Well, yeah, like I guess welcome us back. I always do that. Dang it!
thanks for
we're back.
leaving, everyone, and coming back.
We are playing D&D. In case you missed the first half here, our players are exploring the ancient necropolis of Ythrin that has sunk beneath the ragged glacier in Icewind Dale in search of magical plundering. The central tower is where they're trying to get, and this realm is kind of dominated by a demi-lich known as Eriolarthus. And now the party is trying to get to this tower right here, and they are here right now. So You guys want to make your way over there at this time?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do we want to stop back at the library?
Well,
stay on target?
I actually am kind of saving that because I think that that would be a real thrill for Nikos.
Cool.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Yep. It's not going to be an arduous journey to get back there or anything like that. All right, very good. So you guys make your way. There's a little dip down here. You manage to scramble across it. Some of the magical one of these magical street lights here, still glowing as you pass it, and you do see some kind of purplish lights from inside certain buildings. But you do make your way to this structure without too much trouble.
I have a question for you, Nate.
Yes.
I remember many sessions ago when Dranyaj looked down like an alleyway by one of these other sort of pockets of buildings that look like houses or habitations. He saw figures walking around or furtively glancing from inside of a
yeah.
building or something. Do we see any figures like that in this group of houses?
You don't, but you have caught like flashes of like something moving, bright flashes behind buildings here and there,
Okay.
peering at you here and there, but not. It seems something seems to be following you. Let's just
So
leave it at that.
knowing this, let's set a trap and walk around in a circle, and we'll have Federo sit within the 100-foot range, and he'll watch our backs as we go around the corner.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. I like it.
So we'll just pick one of these buildings here, and Federo will fly up to the top and perch up, and we'll just kind of follow. We're just gonna do a circle around the building and see if anything.
Yeah.
Okay. With the sort of stumpy building with the rubble in it, that
Yeah.
building? Okay.
Yeah, and I could assume Federo would be at the top somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
just watching us. We're gonna, maybe stop, peer down an alleyway here.
All right. Well, I will try to find a picture here of what you'd see. Oh, come on. There's got to be a picture. Gotta be. Watsy, you're letting me down.
What's WotC?
Wizards of the Coast.
Oh, okay.
No, there it is. Okay, I found it. Cool. All right, let me see if I can screenshot this to share with you guys.
I thought WotC was your own special, like D&D based search engine.
It is my.
It's what he calls himself when he's really angry with himself.
It's the beta name, the alpha, pre-alpha name for my program that will eventually be known as the Dungeon Master.
Wow.
Yeah.
Pretty cutting edge stuff, Nate. I wouldn't expect
Speaking
anything
of
less
on the
from you.
nose.
Coming soon.
All right. So, are you trying to set it up so Federo sees it, or so that you guys see what's following you?
Yeah, through his eyes. He's the spy.
Yep. Yeah, he's easier to be, he would have an easier time spotting whatever is following you for sure than you guys would. It is a large, not so large, I guess. It is a skull floating around. And looks rather
Whoa.
like this. Here and there, you also see some creatures in the distance, large one-eyed creatures similar to what you have seen before. They are Nothics, kind of skittering around behind buildings as well. But yeah, Federo would definitely catch a glimpse of that skull.
Alex, this sounds like your undead stuff here.
Yeah, but
Should we set
I
a
think
trap?
my concern is we've kind of been told about this. I think that this could be the Demolich.
Yeah, and Nikos would definitely chime in. saying, like, yeah, this is the Demi-Lich.
And I'd want to be a bit cautious because I've got a large bag of tricks when it comes to the undead, but the Demi-Lich is nothing to scoff at. I say if it wants to keep its distance, we let it. And
How
not
close is
push
like
contact with it.
how close is it to us, or like does it seem like it's trying to get closer?
No, it's just kind of staying behind buildings and here and there, darting out to catch a glimpse. And probably 150 feet.
I don't
Okay.
like being watched, but if it keeps its distance, we may be better prepared to deal with it later than now.
It's also telling that it hasn't tried to attack us yet. So that, to my mind, says that violence isn't its first option of dealing with us. I say we head into this building with the rubble
That
and
it's just
see what we can
curious,
find there.
unconcerned with whatever it thinks our abilities may be.
You think it's just taking its time to make a measure of us as a group and our capabilities?
I think it cares that we're in its home, but not enough to shoo us away. Perhaps sees us as not worth all of its time and energy.
I feel like if we wait, we're going to encounter something else, and then we're going to have to deal with that and whatever else we've encountered versus just dealing with this and possibly fighting it. But it is a lich. It's not like it's waiting to give us candy at the right moment. Or demi-lich or whatever we called it.
After we step in its carriage.
I don't know. What would Nikos do? I kind of feel like he would just... I don't know. I don't know if he would be cool with this following us.
No, but I mean, I think if we're gonna interact with it, we should definitely not start out that interaction as a fight if we can avoid it, because it's probably pretty powerful. You know what I mean? It was just curious.
I mean, we should pull it back to the trees.
And maybe it'll get pounded into the ground by a giant tree.
Yeah.
You can tell him, I've got someone here you can hurt for us.
Let's see what the trees can do.
You guys can go ahead and make a insight check for me if you'd like to, based on Fedorov's view and Fizwick's description.
I mean, I'll tell you one wizard that would tell you
Oh.
something about some trees will F you up.
So
I
insight
don't
check.
think any
17.
Okay. Yeah, you definitely get the feeling, like, based on the description, that it's watching you to see kind of what you're doing and how you're interacting with your environment.
Are we all making insight
and-
checks?
Yeah.
17 as well.
Yeah, so you can tell, like, it is trying to get the measure of you, as you suspected. Yep.
And then I think that the tower in the center of the city, that's kind of its domain, isn't it? Isn't that kind of where that's sort of its base of operations or something? Is it connected to that?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so that makes sense then. It would be seeing how our progress in terms of how many of the clues we got to get access to its home. That would be my guess as to what it's like ultimately looking at, maybe, or trying to figure us out and what we're all about. I say we head into the rubble building and ascertain what the next clue is before we deal with this Demi-Lich.
finding the solution to this mystery and see how it reacts to that. to our
Yeah, you
progress.
certainly don't notice it, like, getting closer to you all than it was earlier, or appearing more threatening in any way at this moment. Yeah.
It's interesting because in Ythrin right now, there are like a lot of entities. You know, it's like not an abandoned place really. There
Mhm.
are creatures about. So
Well, and I think we talked about like when we first got here, like there were people it seemed like in the houses and stuff like that, lights in the rooms and things like that too.
Mm-hmm.
so it's possible that if we interact with this Dimilich and I don't know what we would do, but there's maybe a way that it doesn't actually see us as intruders. Do you know what I mean? Or it's trying to ascertain if we are or not. I don't know, but I'm just saying I don't know if we want to run out and start pounding on it. In fact, I'm not even gonna say that. I'm pretty sure we don't want to do that. That's my vote, anyways.
Yeah.
Do you want to follow me into the
Yeah.
building here?
Let's
All
push
right.
forward.
As you guys kind of go around the building to try to find the door, you see stationed outside the door a small group of Magen. These are the same beings you saw in the first tower that were kind of guarding the I don't remember what it was, something. And that you played Chain Lightning against.
Oh yeah.
And immediately they kind of, turn to you. There appear to be 6 of them. And you guys all hear in your head, leave the area. Leave now.
Is the door that they're standing in front of, is that door open?
It is not. It is an iron door, and it looks beefy.
How many of them are there?
6. They appear to be, slightly different. Some of them wearing robes, some of them wearing armor. Yeah.
I don't see any other way of getting through there but to
We
fight
probably
these
we
Magen.
probably understand that they're not like beings. Like if we beat them, they'll just vanish like the other constructs or whatever that we played the game against.
I guess yeah, I mean the other ones did just disappear. You get the impression, yeah, if you beat them, it might be like that. They look similar to
I
those
guess.
beings.
Are there any windows in this building?
Well, that's a good question. This canonical tower is held relatively upright by a ring of arched buttresses. Expressionless humanoid figures stand in silence around it. The roof has a large, ragged hole in it where something large smashed through. So no, I don't think there's any.
But there's a
well,
hole.
there are a couple windows. Yep. So there's a large hole in the ceiling, and there are a couple windows. Yep.
Okay. The hole. Where is the hole? It's at the top or at the side or?
It's at the top. Yep. Like very close to the tip.
Oh man, there's so many. The large buttress,
The
Hole
hole.
in the tip.
on the tip.
Okay, I was hoping you're formulating plans.
Just-
Fizwick.
There are so many options for
Hey,
us
I'm just
to
trying to solve
get
it.
in here.
Slipped
No, that's
on
not where
all
he
of
was
them. I
going.
couldn't.
Here's
Didn't
what I
get
think.
one.
Here's what I think. Try and send Federo up into that hole and see what he can see.
Okay.
Go back around to the back where the Magen are not and try to climb up there. Maybe climb up the buttress for a start and then
Yeah,
use...
what would I love this idea. What would Nikos also sense? Nikos would sense what would he sense is coming off of that building?
Yeah, not any particular like magic like the other towers or anything.
Yeah, no feelings or emotions or anything like that, or
I mean, the Magen certainly there is no emotion whatsoever coming off them. They are
Let's do
magical
what Alex-
constructs.
okay. Let's do what Alex suggested and send up Federo for closer inspection.
Okay.
Can I also bend down to Gruffar and say, perhaps a distraction might be in order, but if we are going to fight these beings, I could use a little healing if you have any left in you.
Well, perhaps we better put fighting as option number 3 or 4.
I thought maybe a gigantic elephant might be a great distraction.
I think that's not a bad idea, but maybe there's a way to solve this with less conflict and be more straight to the point. Let's see what Federo sees up in that opening in the building.
All right. So Federo is going to fly up to the top. A large telescope dominates a 30-foot diameter circular chamber at the top of the tower. Gazing into the telescope's eyepiece is a hulking, frog-like biped in wizard's robes that is just kind of mumbling to himself. Let's see. No, that one. Adamantine shields cover the observatory's windows. A large chunk of stone from another building has crashed through the roof and embedded itself in the floor like a jagged stone knife. This intruding fragment bears a strange inscription on one side.
Ooh, well, that's what I want to see.
Federo can see it. Fizwick can see it. Fizwick does not speak Draconic, but
Can he like draw like with in the dirt as he's seeing it? Maybe.
perfect. Yep, I love it.
I think Velen can read Draconic, so if Fizwick
Yeah.
could do that, I think we could make sense of it.
Yep, beautiful. All right, so Fizwick is kind of, and scratching the stuff into the ground, and eventually, Nikos makes some disparaging comment about your handwriting for sure, and how you got this or that wrong, and then he says, third, a burnt palm loosens the tongue. Shed a secret about yourself for all to hear. I didn't get his accent right, but yeah. A burnt palm,
loosens
and
the
I'll
tongue.
put it in the chat. Yeah. A burnt palm loosens the tongue. Shed a secret about yourself for all to hear. Put it in this chat too, why not? And I'll show you guys a picture too of the of what's going on inside this place, but it's a huge telescope that Federo sees. And all right. Yes, okay. There we go.
Whoa.
Is that a slot we see?
Yes, it is.
I think it'd be really cool to go up there and investigate further and see what his whole story is. But also, we sort of got what we came for. Do you know what I mean? Like, we could potentially go back there. What do you guys think? Do you want to investigate further into this building, or do you want to keep going?
I feel like I'm in a fucking museum, man. Let's pick something and commit to it. Otherwise,
no.
we're just like, what do we want to do until Michael gets here?
Well, we're getting important information. Do you know what I
Are we?
mean? Like,
Okay.
well, yes. Remember,
Yeah,
what
you
we really
piece
want
together
to
the
do
third
is
No
piece.
reason
wanna
to
go-
disturb the
we want to go
resident.
from tower to tower, and there's 8 of them,
Mhm.
to get these clues to assemble the procedure we're going to need to get inside the main tower.
Okay.
So that's what I mean. I mean, we got that bit
Yeah.
of information, but
I s-
it still could be cool. Like, I'm very curious to know what he's looking at, because he's inside of a giant glacier. You know what I mean? So I'm curious about what's going on there. I'd like to go in there and interact with this guy, but we don't need to do that right now, is what I'm saying.
I see no reason to disturb the people who dwell here. We came here for a reason. I say we stay on target and take
My-
care of business.
My biggest concern about starting a fight with this Magian is that that might convince the Demilich who's watching us that we're not to be trifled with and that we're a potential threat. I'd rather not that be something the Demilich could see. Do you understand my meaning there?
Let's skip this one because there's no way we're not getting another session out of this. And this does seem like another place that Michael's character would really like to be. There's some dude up staring at a telescope right now, so
That's true. Yeah.
there might be some battle somewhere along the line. Eventually, we're gonna knock on the wrong door, and somebody's gonna be like, "Stop offering me lawn care."
Do you understand what I'm saying about why I don't know if we really want to get into fights in public, like where the Demilich can see that? Like we've had some conflict so far, but it's been kind of sequestered away inside of a tower, and so
Yeah.
I'm less concerned about that. But if the Demilich's watch is trying to figure out if we're like,
I think it's
enemies of
less
his.
risky to just try to contact them.
Yeah.
I think Michael would want to try to just. At this point, we know he's following us, so what's the point in beating around the bush?
We'll be able to solve or to do what we came here to do better if we have all the information to do it.
Yeah, we don't want him on our back the whole time. Like,
So do you want to go talk to the Demilich? Do you want to go
no,
say?
Nate's salvatating.
Oh, I want to
him,
go to
like,
the next
pull
tower.
him out. Right as we piss something off, he's gonna make that thing show up. Come on. Why
I'm
wouldn't? He's
I
got to
wanna
be
go
just
to,
jonesing for it.
I
See,
want to
look at
get.
his face. I can't even see it. He's about this big on my screen, but I can just see him. Like he's ready to
gonna
go.
blow up soon.
And Dranyaj is has low HP.
Yeah, I'm not doing so good.
What's Fizwick's situation looking like?
He's got 54 hit points,
Out of how many?
66.
Oh, okay.
I've got 44.
I can also
Yeah.
take. Yeah, I can also half damage my stuff. So
Well, let me take a look here and see if I can offer some healing to you.
But really, I think, if we just try to find out what the fourth part of the riddle is, and then the fifth part, and at least we'll have
we
information.
want to keep exploring without contacting the Lich.
Yeah.
Okay.
I say
Okay.
we go about our business. If he's been just watching so far, and I mean, the closer that we get to
Those are the ones you gotta watch out for
discovering the
now.
secret, the more agitated he might become. But for now, Dranyaj wants to get done what we came to get done and get out of here.
Well, also we could go to like the next tower, try and get some information. Maybe take a rest.
Yeah. Ryan
Okay.
is curious about what's in that glass dome, but
Well, let's go peek at it.
Let's go take a gander.
Okay. Yep. You guys can absolutely do that. Do-do-do-do.
Lights are bright.
16. Let's see here.
Because I can offer some healing to you, but I'm actually running low on spell slots.
An immense dome looms before you, its crystal roof marred by a web of cracks. Through the gaps in the building's shell and on the other side of the open entranceway, you see a strange landscape of miniaturized natural features.
like the what?
Like mountains and hills.
Like Mount
and-
Rushmore
Yep.
and stuff?
Yeah, miniature mountain ranges and deserts and
Like Las Vegas.
streams, all now draped in ice.
Oh.
Is there any we recognize from
There's
the surface?
no, not really. Well, go ahead and make an intelligence check if anyone would like to. I guess Arcana if anyone wants to.
13. That's surprising.
6.
Who's the magician now?
Oh, Fizwick's gonna roll because he can. 18.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. What is genius over here? No.
That's my home.
Yeah, you definitely so Fizwick, you like recognize that there's some kind of large machine in the center of the dome here that you can see now. Yeah, that seems to kind of like operate this place. Yep.
The ice that covers this miniature landscape, is it so much ice that basically the floor is just filled with it and you can walk over the top of it? And is it like difficult terrain? Like what is it like to walk over it?
Yeah, it would be pretty it would definitely be difficult terrain, but you know, it's
Okay.
it's doable. You know, a little bit of scrambling here or there probably. Yeah.
Well, Fizwick, if you noticed that machine and made sense to you, would you like to go in there and get a better look? I'll go with you.
Federo flies to the top of the dome and kind of just sits up there waiting for us to go take a little bit better of a look.
Mm-hmm. You guys hear like a loud crashing, and Federo sees a large figure looming in the distance on the other side of the dome. Huge, like 20 feet tall.
It's in the
Nah,
dome or
that's
like
nothing.
behind the glass outside of the dome?
In the dome. And it is now walking toward the center. Large, shadow-like figure.
Hmm.
Is this thing about like as big as Fizwick or something?
The dome?
No.
He said
Well,
it's 20
his-
feet tall.
Yeah, it's
Isn't
like
the
20 feet
dome-
tall.
Oh,
The
how big
dome
is
is
it?
probably, I don't know, 70, 60 feet. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, 20 feet tall. Sorry, gotcha.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's big. And you guys can now see it too,
Is
and
it walking towards us?
it's coming towards you.
What does it look like?
It looks, all you can see is like it's super tall and thin, and shadow-like.
Oh, the thin man's coming. Oh, thin.
As it approaches and moves a little closer, everyone go ahead and roll initiative.
Wait, we're not even inside.
16?
4.
All right.
18. Or wait. No, I have it there.
Oh, and by the way, you guys should definitely take inspiration for your awesome memory descriptions, your secrets. That was cool. And I was thinking while you guys were doing
I
it
need it.
that you need to take inspiration, and then I forgot to tell you afterwards. All right. So who had the 18? Or that was the highest, right?
No, I had 25.
Ah,
I had
okay.
16. Yeah.
I had 4.
And then Fizz, and then Grogbar. All right, very good. So we're just going to do this one theater of the mind, but you guys see coming towards you, and it is going to like. And are you guys like inside yet, or are you still kind of peering
Just looking
outward?
through the glass. So it's
Okay.
Yeah.
doing some
Yep.
window shopping.
Yep, very good. And Federo is on the outside,
It's
but
it's
at the
kinda
top.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you guys basically can tell that this is very similar to the creature that the Arcane Brotherhood or the Red Wizards were fighting outside on that ice bridge. It is a tomb tapper. All right. Yeah, so it is about, I would say, 50 feet away from you guys. What would you like to do?
I
Let's
have
note that we did find it frozen, right? So that's how they finished it off. I don't know if it has a weakness to that or ice.
It was frozen?
Wasn't it?
It might
I
have been
don't
frozen 'cause
remember.
I think it might have been frozen because it was dead.
that look awesome.
I thought it
Yeah,
was like standing or something. Or
You're right
Oh.
about that, actually.
They turned it to stone.
Turned it to stone.
Yeah,
okay.
it was. Yeah, they had. Yeah, the wizard had turned it to stone.
I mean, I
Pretty
have
sure.
no desire to fight something we don't need to fight.
I think because Michael had a big scene with them, he would probably maybe have like already identified what to do, how they had destroyed it, and would start applying that same magic to this with right out the gate before anybody could do anything. I think he would be just seeing that thing. He probably might have an idea of what they did to it, or
Does he have the ability?
he put
to
some.
turn
He
something
put
to
some
stone?
ability. What's his abilities for like slowing something down or like?
You notice that Nikos is still like pretty like he looks ill.
Oh, that's right. Damn it.
Let's
We're
get
not-
out of here.
We're
There's
not really in fighting. We're not really in fighting condition. But here's the problem. We're not yet even inside the dome. If this thing is that irate, it might be following us out into the streets.
Let's be smart. Yeah, exactly. Let's be smart about this. Let's fight it and let's get inside some buildings and stuff and fight it where it can't get to us and be.
I like that. I
run
like
inside
that.
the
Let's head
nearest
towards that little city area. Little,
Yeah,
Where the,
and if it
the
continues to
homes are.
come at us, we'll give it some ranged DPS.
All right. So yeah, you guys head out now. In terms of initiative order, Grukvar does have a lower initiative than it, so it does manage to kind of get to. Well, let's see what its speed is.
And I'm slow. I'm 25 feet per.
Yeah, it gets to the edge, and it's kind of like rearing back its large hammer to like smash the glass where you're standing, but it is not yet doing that. So, Grukvar, you follow the rest, and yeah, where are you guys heading here?
In the nearest building, something that it would look like it wouldn't be able to come inside and.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
that's a great idea. You know, like the little town that we kind of skirted around the edge of.
Mm-hmm.
I thought we could go into one of those buildings or alleyway
Yeah.
or something over there.
Yeah, let's bring the giant tomb taker into people's houses.
Okay,
Well,
so you
hopefully
guys.
can't go in there.
So yeah, just point to a building on the map if you guys want to.
Well, since it's the theater of the mind, whatever you like, whatever's closest that
Can we
can
just
see.
Okay.
leave?
Yeah.
I mean,
I was thinking.
Maybe
Can you
something with
see? Can you see this?
Yeah, I see
You
that.
can see that. Cool. I was thinking this building. What do you guys think about that? Or maybe this one right here.
Sure. I like that
Yeah.
first one.
This one.
whoever
All
gets us farther away from the dome.
All right, very good. So you guys split and are fleeing the tomb tapper. Will
By the way, Nate, do you have a picture of what the tomb tapper looks like? 'Cause it
I
is
do
creepy
somewhere.
as crap.
yeah, I do somewhere
Maybe
because
we could do one of those things where we like
Yeah,
in
here it
movies
is.
where we get inside the building and we're hiding alongside the walls as it's looking for us. And even Grukvar can get a stealth attack on it. You know? We're all like shh.
All right, very good. So
This
you
is like
guys
creepypasta kind of
kind
stuff.
of duck behind one of these buildings. You do
Even, like,
hear
No,
Uh-oh.
go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
you do hear a smashing of the glass exterior here, and the boom, boom, boom as you duck behind a building. Let's see. All right, inside the building. All right. There are a small group of Nothics that all rush to attack you.
Great idea, Grukvar.
All right, and let's see here.
Are we gonna
Nothics.
keep our? Are we gonna keep our initiative
Yep,
order?
we'll keep our initiative. The Nothics get 13 on their initiative.
Oh, jeez.
Let's see here.
Nothing looks nice around here.
No, there's just no. Where's the spa? Come on, where do they
where's the
keep the
pretty things?
spa?
The tree was nice until it tried to squash us.
All right. Nothic. Pull this up here. I'm trying to get better at using the good old D&D encounter builder to roll my dice for me. Now that we're at high level, it's such a pain to roll, like, 6d8 or something.
Yeah, I
you know?
can see that.
That encounter builder is pretty cool, I think.
It is. It's nice. Even if it's just, I pretty much just use it to roll dice for me. But yeah, anyway. All right. So the Nothics did get a 13 to initiative, so they're going to go between Dranyaj and Fizwick. And why don't you guys also just go ahead and make a stealth check to see maybe how successful you were in not cueing the Nothic or the Tomb Tapper about how what direction you went.
15.
10?
5.
Okay.
I have disadvantage on stealth because I'm wearing heavy armor.
You
Yeah.
also have advantage on your roll if you haven't used your new inspiration yet.
No, I'll just accept that he could hear me, I guess.
Okay.
Like a walking garbage can behind us.
And I'm slow, guys. I was like huffing and puffing. I was like 35 feet behind you.
You're like
There's that too.
what's his face in Mary Poppins, the guy who wears the full band suit
Oh yeah,
when he walks and the cymbals clash and drums bang.
yeah. It might sound something like that.
All right. I think I might have some Nothic tokens. Let me check. Just for the sake of illustration, we'll still do this theater of the mind, but
Okay. Sorry, are you setting this up in? Oh man, I can't see.
Owlbear Rodeo. Yeah. Oh yeah, I do have a Nothic token, just so people can see what a Nothic looks like. There we go.
Okay.
But yeah, you guys are in this building right now. It's the Nothic building. Congratulations, you found the Nothic spa. All right.
I just read the sign above the door.
So these creatures, as you enter, kind of like all rush to attack you, seem to be defending their turf. And we will have Dranyaj go first.
Did you want to pop the map back on for the viewers? Or?
Yeah, sure. Oh yeah, that's right. They can't see that. Thanks for bringing that up.
Just wanted to give them some nightmare fuel before we got back into the game.
There we go.
All right. So
All right, Dranyaj.
How many are in there?
There are 6 of them.
Okay. Relatively close.
Yes. I would say they're all within, 1 move if you want to hit one.
Okay. I'm going to let's see. I'm confused by this 2 attacks per action thing because if I just attack, I get 2 attacks. But if I do like Ghostwater Dive, which lets me attack, does that also give me 2 attacks? Because it's like the attack action?
I think so. Yeah. I would interpret that as you get to Ghostwater Dive and take the attack action. Yeah.
Okay.
Which is 2 attacks.
All right, so then I'm going to try to Ghostwater Dive behind 2 of them if I can see 2 of them that are relatively, kind of shoulder to shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to swing 1 axe at one and 1 axe at the other.
Nice. All right. Go ahead and
So
make those
that's
attacks.
A 12 to start to hit.
All right.
And
And
a 16.
the 16 hits.
Okay. So
Go ahead and
that
roll that damage.
is 7 damage.
All right. Yeah, it is hurt. All right.
And then I really can't do anything else. So
Yeah, it kind of skids in surprise, and they all do as you just kind of appear behind these 2. And it kind of sends them a little bit into some disarray and confusion now as to what has just happened. All right, Fizwick, you're up. So you see Ryan or Dranyaj has just Ghostwater dived behind 2 of them. There are 4 others as well.
Man, all my abilities just kind of resort down to just shooting a bow or something. Just gonna shoot a bow.
Yeah.
That one for let's see, I rolled 12 to hit.
That is a miss.
Okay, I'm gonna try to hide.
Okay, yeah, you can probably duck behind like a pillar or let's see. Yeah, I would say you could duck into like one of the alcoves there. It is fairly dark. Go ahead and make a stealth check.
21.
All right. Yeah. All right. You get the feeling that you are quite hidden. By the way, you have the evasion ability. What does that do? Is that where you can reduce that damage or whatever?
Are you talking to Fizwick?
Yeah.
Um,
Evasion. Don't worry about it. Sorry to bring
that's
it up.
uncanny dodge.
Okay. Invasion
I don't
rogue.
know. I don't see no evasion.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'm wrong.
I thought that was like kind of like a parry.
Beginning at 7th level, you can nimbly dodge out of the way of certain area of effects. Yeah, I don't know. Don't worry about it. Okay. Oh, here it is. Evasion. I found it. Yeah, it's just basically kind of like dodging out of the way of area of effect spells, it sounds like. Dexterity 3. Yep. Okay. So that brings us to the Nothics, and the two that Dranyage attacked are going to turn around and immediately attack him in rage. And they are just using their claws here. They're not holding any weapons or anything. The first one rolls a natural 20, and the second one rolls a 12. So with the natural 20,
Definitely does hit.
we get 13 slashing damage. And
Oh, the one I always forget to tell you, but the one that I did hit last time, its speed is reduced by 10 feet.
okay. Yep, sounds good. And actually, they get 2 attacks, so one of them missed, and another
Was that
one
13 you
did
said?
hit. Yeah, so 13 damage for the first one, and then another one hits you for a lousy 4 damage.
Aw.
All right, so that's those two. The other 2 are going to go up to Velin, or the other 4 are going to go up to Velin and Grukvar, and got another natural 20.
Wow.
A 21, so Grukvar is hit twice. And that is a total of 9 damage.
Okay.
I'm sorry. 11 damage. 11 damage. And then Velin, what's her armor class anyway?
Lynn's armor class is oh man, once again I have to look her up. And did you say she's D&D Beyond? Like
Yeah, she is.
search
Yeah,
there.
Velin. Yep, VEL. And
Okay.
then
second here. Come on. Elly.
VELLY. Yep.
Oh, I see it. Yeah. It is 13.
Okay, so she takes 15 damage
Okay.
from 4 claw attacks. And then, all right. Yep, that is their turn. And that brings us next to Grukvar. And you can roll for Velin too.
Okay.
Nikos is not doing well. Nikos is like kind of hunched over on the ground, holding his head.
Okay. Okay. What does it look like inside here? Is this like a furnished place? Is there furniture, or are there paintings on the walls? Are there anything like that, or is it just an empty room?
There is some furniture for sure. Yep, there's some furnishings, tables, chairs. A lot of it made of stone, actually.
Okay.
Interrupted family game night.
And where are the Nothics at this point? Like, there's a group of 2 that are by Dranyage and a group of 4 that are up next to myself and Velin.
Yep.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna Velin reach out and cast Vampiric Touch.
right.
He's gonna make a melee spell attack.
All right.
What is her? It's +6, I believe.
That sounds right.
Okay. So 13.
Not a hit, unfortunately.
Okay. And Grukfar is going to cast the 4 Nothics that are closest to us. Are they sort of like? Are they close to each other? Are they within like a couple feet of each other?
Yeah, they are.
Grukfar is going to cast animate objects.
All right.
So he sticks his hand up in the air and brings it down in a sort of a swooping motion. And let's see here. Objects come to life at your command. Choose up to 10 non-magical objects within range that are not being worn or carried. I'm going to choose that stone table and the chairs.
Nice.
Medium objects count as 2 objects. Large targets count as 4 objects. Huge targets count as 8 objects. So how big is that table? Is it large or huge?
I would say the table is large. The chairs are medium.
Okay, so
The chairs are small, we'll say.
chairs are small. Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm going to say that is, I can do 10. Table is large, it's 4. So I'm going to go with 6 chairs and the table coming to life.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. 6 chairs and the table. Got it.
And then as a bonus action, I can mentally command them if they're within 500 feet of me. And so I'm going to command the table and 2 chairs to attack the Nothics by myself and Villain.
Okay.
And then 4 chairs I'm going to send over to Dranyaj's Nothics.
You tell me, you say, why don't you have a seat to the Nothic?
It's time you had a seat at the table.
All right.
Okay. This is going to be a little bit of accounting here because I've got to do some rolls here. I'll just try and group them together. +6 plus 2d10. Okay. I'm gonna do the table here.
Yep.
16 plus 6. I'm sure that hits.
Yep. That hits.
2d10 plus 2. All right, that's 15 points of damage to one of the Nothics by me.
Okay.
And I'm going to do... can I just use that to hit for all the different
Sure.
objects?
Yeah.
Here? Okay.
Yeah.
And
We'll simplify.
2 chairs. I'm going to have 1 chair attack each Nothic. And that's 1d8 plus 2 for each. So 4 points of damage for 2 additional Nothics by me.
Okay. Yep.
And then I'm going to do another 8, 5 plus 2, 7 points of damage, which I'll just let you spread among the 2 Nothics by, I guess 14 for each Nothic by Dranyaj.
Okay. 7 points. And then what was the previous one? Was it 4 points?
Yes.
Okay. Yep.
This part of the movie is there's some kind of aggressive Limp Bizkit song playing.
So it's for those 2 Nothics by Dranyaj, it's 14 points of damage each.
All right. I love it. Cool. All right. Wait, you said how much for that last one? 14?
Yeah, for each of the Nothics.
Okay. Man.
The two specifically by Dranyaj.
Yep. Awesome. All right. Very good. That brings us to back to Dranyaj and then Nikos. So yeah, these stone tables and chairs that the Nothics had been using here, they are in shock as they have come to life and started wailing on them. Dranyaj, what would you like to do?
I too am a little taken aback that the furniture is attacking, but what's the condition of the two that were by me?
They're hurt. They're
Okay.
hurt.
I am going to swing, just do the same thing. I am going to actually, what am I going to do?
I could imagine the chairs are hitting them like cats, where they go bop 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 bop.
They rear up with the two legs. They go.
Oh yeah.
How many are left? They're all still left? All 6 of them?
Yeah, there are none down yet. Yep.
Okay. Then I'm going to rage.
Okay.
It's my last one. And then I am going to attack each one by me once with my attacks.
Okay. Yep.
That is a 10. I'm going to use... Can I use inspiration for an attack roll?
Sure. Absolutely.
That is a 19 to hit.
Hits.
And a 21 to hit.
Hits.
So then that is a 13 damage on the first one
Yep.
and a 13 damage on the second one.
All right. Yeah, those two are hurting. Yep. All right. They're very bloodied.
And both of them have a reduction in movement speed of 10 feet.
Okay. Sounds good. All right, so Dranyaj is enraged and enlarged and is now ruining game night as well. All right, that brings us to Fizwick. Fizwick, you see chaos before you. You are hiding in an alcove in the darkness. What would you like to do?
He's gonna pick the bloodiest dude and make him do a dex save of 13, or take the wrath of 10 bonfire damage.
All right, let's see how this Nothic does on dex. He rolled a 16.
Bastard.
Does he take half damage then?
Nimbly leaps out of the way.
No damage at all.
I don't think so. Yeah, your position has been revealed. He looks at you, and yeah, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna cast mage armor on
Oh, wait.
myself.
You were not seen, so you were hidden. So he should have disadvantage on that, but he rolled a 14. Okay.
Okay.
Is it a 13?
Wait, I
yet?
can't cast another spell, can I? That's not a thing I can do.
No, you can't. Yeah, you can move or use one of your bonus action things.
No. Just gonna sit there.
Okay, stay put. All right, that brings us to the Nothics. One of them that has seen you is going to head over to you. It is going to provoke an opportunity attack from Dranyaj. So Dranyaj, you can make that as a reaction if you would like to.
Or 13.
That is not a hit.
Okay.
So yeah, it goes up to Fizwick, and Fizwick, does a 14 hit you?
No.
Okay. What about a 9? No. All right, so both of those will miss you. And the other one now turns to Dranyaj and will attack it twice. The first one is a 22 to hit. The second one is a 9 to hit, so I assume only one of those hits.
Yep.
And you take 6 damage. Another one of them is going to look at you, Fizwick, and I need you to make a deception check as he gazes at you, and you feel his probing eye kind of in your being.
As he sees the gaze, he returns it with double fuck you. And he rolls a 21.
Whoa!
Nice. Okay, well, it's a contested roll, so let's see. I have to roll a wisdom insight check. Okay, so we'll just do wisdom here. They're not very wise. He rolled a 19. Not good enough.
He gave
All
it his
right.
best and it wasn't good enough.
Yeah, you feel the Nothic's mental probing, but you reject it.
It's like he's trying to look into your mind.
Ain't nobody gonna probe me. We taking no probings.
All right. The other two, or I guess there are 4 more left here, are going to look at Grukvar and Velin. And I need Grukvar, Velin, and Dranyaj to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
I'm gonna use my inspiration again.
Okay.
12 for Grukvar,
All right.
and for Velin,
12 is what you needed.
let's see, that's +3, 19 for Velin.
All right, 19. Yeah, you both make it. Dranyaj takes 10 damage as you feel this kind of almost rotting sort of
Wait, 12 is what you needed?
necrotic damage.
12 is what you needed?
Yeah.
I got 25.
Oh, you did? I thought you got 5.
No.
That was me, and then I used the inspiration to get a better roll.
Okay. Got it. I
Burn
think you might have cut
inspiration
out for the
left to
Trying to
20.
figure out the DM's math here. It doesn't quite make sense.
No, it
You a
doesn't.
School teacher.
All right. So you're good. There is one more left, and it will attack Grukvar. It rolls a natural 1 and a 6. No hits. All right. Slashing you with its claws, Grukvar, you easily kind of, bat
It
its...
just rattles my
Swipes
breastplate
away.
a little bit.
Yeah, there you go. All right. That brings us back to Grukvar.
All right, now
All
I am not
6
totally
are still
sure
standing.
If when I set this spell in action, if it just basically it says you can mentally command any creature you may with a spell, blah blah blah. If it's within 500 feet of you,
Yeah.
and you decide what action it will take and where it will move, and you can issue a general command. And if you issue no commands, it just continues to defend itself. And if it's given an order, it'll continue to do that until its task is complete. So if I told it to attack those Nothics, can I also just take an action during this turn on my own? Like, can I swing a battle
Yeah.
hammer? Can I...
Yeah, you can still do your thing. Yep. They're
Okay.
going to continue. I think the only thing would be if it's a concentration spell, if you get hit, I need you to make a constitution save. But you didn't get hit last turn. So,
Right, that's
you're
true.
good.
Yep, it is concentration based, so that's the case.
yep.
I will swing a battle of my warhammer at the closest Nothic to me.
Yep.
And I roll a 9. Okay.
All right. Yeah, that's a miss.
And then I'll just roll some attacks for the objects that are attacking them.
Yep. Sounds good. Are you going to roll all for one, or do you want to roll them separate this time?
All.
You have to decide before.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna risk it and just roll once for all of them.
Okay.
It might
Yep.
be insane. It is. It is totally insane because I rolled a 1.
Oh no.
If we die because of this,
The
Okay,
Nothics
now-
are onto their furniture. They are onto their furniture.
now they're riding them like a rodeo.
Finally,
Loving it.
something that's
Mounts.
dumber than we are.
All right, I'm gonna let Velin. Let's see here. Let's bring out the big dogs. She casts. I'm gonna have her do. What's she available to her here? Second level. I'm gonna have her use her wand of magic missiles.
All right.
And let's see here, 7 charges, and you can spend 1 or more.
Big old nasty things out there while we're in here kicking ass.
1d6
Yep.
plus
Well,
1.
you can't see it, but
Magic missile, 1d4 plus 1. Okay, I'm gonna have her fire 3 of these bolts at the closest Nothic to her.
okay. Yep.
17 to
Hits.
hit.
Yeah.
Okay, and
Actually, I think magic missile, you don't even need to roll to hit. They just
Oh, it just
automatically
does.
hit. Yep.
okay. 2, 3, 4, 9 points of damage.
All right. Yeah, it hurts, but it's still up. Yeah, these magical just like rays of light into this Nothic, blasting it, but they're minor laser blasts compared to its thick hide. And that brings us back to Dranyage.
It's, 2 of them by me are still standing.
They're still standing. Well, one of them moved over by Fizwick, so you'd have to move to get to it. And the other one, yeah, they're both very hurt.
Okay, I'm gonna can I split my attack?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna
Attack,
kick,
move, attack.
yeah, I'm gonna kick the one that's closest to me to try to sort of knock him down and out of the way.
Yeah.
And that's an 18 to hit for 5 damage.
All right. Yep, that hits. You take that one out.
Wait, yeah, wow, okay. And then I'm gonna
You kicked him to death with 1 kick.
curb stomped him right on that concrete chair he was fighting. And then I'm going to Ghost Water Dive over to the other one that I had been attacking.
Yep, the one by Fizwick.
Yeah, and swing an axe. Well, and that is 16 to hit
Hits.
for 13 damage.
Dead. Fizwick, you just are like kind of in this little alcove, and you see this Nothic just under Dranyage's axe blow right in front of you.
Split in half.
Yeah, exactly.
You get a little eye goo on you, though.
The eye goo is intense.
Covered in green shit.
All right, that brings us. Anything else you'd like to do, Dranyage?
How close am I to the other 2?
Oh, probably about 20 feet.
Okay, can I move like 15 feet closer to them?
Yep, sounds good. You do so. All right, that brings us to Fizwick.
Fizwick prepares another bonfire as he slips in the goo from this cleaved creature here. And he's just going to pick the most weakest looking dude.
Dranyage sees you slip a little bit and giggles quietly to himself.
All right, you cast bonfire. It does not manage to get out of the way, and you can roll your damage.
9.
All right, yeah, pretty good. So this Nothic just cries out in pain, and it's one that's over by Valen. All right, anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
No.
Move it all? Okay, very good. That brings us to the Nothics. Let's see. There are 4 of them left. 2 are going to attack Valen, and 2 are going to attack Grukvar. Actually, no, one of them is going to look at you, Grukvar. Go ahead and make a DC 12 Constitution saving throw for me. And one for Valen, too.
Oof, 5
Okay. You take.
for me, and what's her? Let me run this back real quick here. What is her con? +3. 8 for her.
All right. You take 14 necrotic damage
Okay.
from this gaze, a rotting gaze. And Valen takes 12.
Okay.
All right, and then there are also 2 attacks. The one on you, one of them hits. Wait, 18 hit you?
No.
No, okay.
So wait a second. That damage from earlier, that's separate from this attack?
Yeah, this is now 2 claw attacks from
Oh,
another
okay,
one that's in
okay,
front
okay.
of you. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So with Velin, the one that attacks her, gets a 14, which I think hits, and
Mm-hmm.
a 20, which hits. So not a natural 20 though. That is going to be a total of, man, rolled terribly. 10 damage for those 2 hits.
Okay. Wow, she's not doing great.
All right. And that brings us to Grukvar.
Okay, for my animate objects, do I need to do a con save?
Yes, you do, because you took damage. Yep. Thanks for pointing that out.
Yikes. 7.
Yeah, you the chairs and such
The chairs fall silent
lose their animation.
as I reel backwards.
Does
Yeah, one of
at
them
least
was
fall
really
down onto one of the Nothic's toes or something.
Let's see, on a natural one, yes, absolutely. I rolled a 9.
Oh.
Okay, so that spell's failed. The Nothics that are in front of me, what's sort of their general orientation? Like, are they close to each other? Are they spread out? There's 4 of them, you said?
Yeah, there's 4 of them.
Um,
They're all pretty close together because you and Velin are close together, and they're within melee range of you and Velin.
okay. I am going to pull Velin away slightly from them so she's not so close, and then cast Wall of Fire in a circle surrounding the Nothics.
All right.
And so they all need to make a dexterity saving throw.
All right.
How wide is that wall of fire?
It's 20 feet in diameter, and the damage is on the inside of the wall. So it's going to be burning whatever's on the inside of that wall.
Oh, me as well, probably.
Are you in the midst of the Nothics?
I was 5 feet away from them.
But were you inside? Were you like inside their group?
I don't think you were.
No, but they were close enough to you, so 20 feet out from you would enclose me too, right?
Well, I definitely didn't plan on that, but if
Is
that's
it-
where you are,
What shape does it take?
it's
It's a wall.
circular.
Okay.
I mean, in theater of the mind, I have to kind of guess where he is.
Yeah, I would say you could do a circle that does not get dranyage. Yep.
Okay.
All right. So, only one of them failed to save. I got a 21, 22, and 23, and a 5.
That's 31 points of damage to the one that failed.
Okay.
And do you round up or round down when you cut that in half?
And that one is dead. And then round up, yeah.
So 16 to any of the other.
Okay. Yeah, that's one more dead. There are 2 left. One in front of you, one in front of Velin. All right. And that brings us back to the top of the order with Grukvar. I'm sorry, Dranyage.
Oh, I'm going to let Velin fire some magic missiles in there too.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So those automatically hit, so just roll your damage.
Plus 3. 9 points of damage to one of the Nothics.
All right. Yep, that hurts it. Still up. All right.
So that is the wall of fire up still then, or does it go away?
Yeah, it's up.
Okay. Can I see through it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then I'm going to throw. Actually, no. What am I talking about? I'm going to ghost water dive past the wall of fire and come up, if I can, kind of behind the 2. Like I'm picturing them kind of shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then I would like to revisit my move from the forge and grab each of their heads and bonk them together.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I love it.
So what do you want me to roll for that? Just
Go ahead and make a strength check.
okay.
Or you can make 2 separate ones, maybe.
So that is a 26 for the first one.
Yep.
And wait a minute. I have a where is it?
They rolled 2 10s, so you're probably gonna make
Second
these.
one is a natural 20 for 28.
Yeah. Oh man.
And so if we're using just like my unarmed strike damage, I don't know what you want me to do, but that
Yeah, go ahead and make your unarmed strike ×2, we'll say. Especially because you got a natural 20 on one of them.
Okay, so that would be 10 like each.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 10 damage each.
All right. One of them is dead.
Okay, and then for my second attack, I'm just gonna swing my axe down at the one who's still alive.
Yep.
But I missed. No, wait, did I miss?
15 is their AC.
Yes, I do, because I don't get advantage on that. So I missed with an 11.
All right. Yep. All right. That brings us to Fizwick. There's one Nothic left in this wall engulfed in flames, kind of.
See if he can escape Fizwick's fiery wrath.
Yeah. Adding flame to flame. Oh, that means I have to roll a... Yep, I forgot.
Please don't
Yeah.
set me on fire.
8 points.
All right. 8 points. Yep, that takes him out. Boom, the last Nothic has jumped away from this wall of flames, and then another flame springs up, and it... You smell the awful, putrid smell of melting eyeball.
So they're all dead?
They're all dead. You
Put
guys
my
do
trunk in my
hear
cloak because it really does
outside. You guys do hear outside. But
I
it seems to be
actually-
growing more distant.
I sagged my knees. I am feeling a little on the downside.
The rage has kind of subsided, and now Dranyaj realizes how injured he is.
I let the wall of fire flicker out so that Dranyaj isn't burned.
Okay.
I think he might have been in there. I don't know if he was or not.
Yeah, I think he was
Much
in the middle.
appreciated.
He would have needed a way out eventually. All right.
I need a rest.
Nikos mumbles, "Me too."
That was pretty good.
Yeah, we found the guy. We found the replacement actor.
I hear rest and I just lay down. Like I'm done.
I set up camp underneath that stone table.
All right. Yeah. You guys gonna be taking a long rest here?
Yes.
I have to, or I will be absolutely.
Valen
useless.
would probably cast Leoman's tiny hut, even though you're in a building. Does she have a spell slot for it?
Doesn't.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then no. Well, you're in a building, so it's something, right?
Are there
Yeah.
doors we can close or something?
Yeah, there's a door that's open that you can close. Yep.
Let's close
Hey.
that door and let's wedge a
Fizwick,
stone
close the
chair
door.
under it.
Fizwick's closing the door.
All right. Is I would say that probably Federo would see the tomb tapper kind of walking around in this general area, but currently walking further away from the group,
Is
back
it looking?
toward the direction of the grove.
Well, actually, that's a good. It doesn't have eyes, does it?
Well,
Doesn't.
that's a good question.
Got like a Loki skin thing over his head, but I think it does have
That,
advantage.
yeah, was that a bag over his head, or is he?
It does have an eye
eyes.
in his middle. Oh no, it's just a mouth.
mouth?
Well, he can see. Let me just
Like
I mean, his
magically.
perception is +6. Yeah. Blind sight. It has blind sight. A monster with blind sight can perceive its surroundings without relying on sight within a specific radius. Creatures without eyes, blah, blah, blah.
It can sense magic
Yeah.
too.
There,
What's
there
the
you go.
range on that? Well, I mean, you should tell us that, I imagine, but like, I'm just gonna take it for granted that it's a good thing it's walking away.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Yep. It's walking
Okay.
away.
I mean, I'd like to take a long rest so I can get my spell slots back.
Just
Alright.
hold up a thumbs up.
Yep. All right. Nikos would certainly be up for a long rest. Yep. And I think that's probably a good place to end the session there. I would be interested in hearing what you guys would like to do next, just for my planning. So, we've got the library here.
Mhm.
You've got this tower over here.
Mhm.
You've got the beautiful arboretum over there, where the tomb tapper came out of. Now a bit of smashed glass on the outside. What do you think you might want to do next time?
I feel like we should just keep moving toward our goal. Like you said, we can probably explore a little bit after the fact.
Yep.
Maybe. I
So
don't know.
there's-
Maybe when you get all 8 of the bits of information, then something else happens I'm not sure about. I'd say let's plan to go to the library for the next session because we're so close to it.
Okay.
And then from there to the other tower that you specified.
But isn't that where the tomb tapper walked?
Yep. It is heading in the direction of the library. Yeah.
We'll scout. We'll do a little scouting before we head out in that direction, but maybe go to the library if it looks like the coast is clear.
Okay. Yep.
Fizwick
And then
sees
probably
this
to this tower.
Yeah.
giant slide in the middle he wants to go down.
Oh, yeah.
That,
He's
my
been looking at
friend,
it the whole time.
is a flying buttress.
Looks like a really cool water slide.
And it is magnificent.
And
Cool.
At the end, that's how we'll escape, is sliding on Grekvar's shield as it blows up behind us.
I love it.
In
Sorry.
slow motion, though.
In
Yeah.
slow motion, nobody looks.
Will we
Yeah.
be looking cool and stoic, or will we be like screaming? Which of those?
We'd have to be flying
Options.
through the air, like
Yeah.
flailing wildly, like nobody
Completely
does for real.
disorganized.
Okay.
All right, good stuff. So we will resume there next time. The party has now uncovered 3 of the steps in the right in order to enter the central tower here in Ythrin. And I don't know if you guys knew how many steps there are total, but anyway, there are 3.
Does the book say?
It does.
But no,
But I'm not
your
sure if
book.
your characters would know.
You mean the codicil of white?
Yeah.
Oh, no, the Codicil of White didn't contain information about this. I think you guys only heard about the Central Tower from the Nothics, who were, you kind of befriended up in the Caves of Hunger.
Yeah, I have
Yeah.
some information from the Nothics written down here, and one of the things is
wasn't
that in the central spire, I think it's in the central spire, there might be a scroll that summons a Tarask,
Yep.
and that the Demilich Erianthalus, I don't know his name.
Yeah,
Like that.
Eriolarthus. Yep.
That's like kind of his domicile is the centered spire.
Yep. So anyway, you have 3 of the steps needed to perform the rite, and a couple more remain at least. So we'll resume there next time. Thank you guys for playing. Make sure you check out Will's Dark Sea Workshop. In the video description, Will sells dice, and they're handmade, and they're awesome, and he does great work. Second to none. And yeah, Michael's not with us, but you can check out links to his channel in the video description as well. And we will see you guys again. We kind of had a little bit of a longer break than normal, but we're back on schedule now to be playing every other Monday, which would put us at March 7th for our next game. So hope to see you all there March 7th. Oh, check out patreon.com/WASD20 if you want to get access to weekly live map drawing streams and campaign diaries for this campaign. So yeah, good stuff. All right, everyone take care. Have a great evening. Thanks for hanging out. Oh yeah, and check out Patrick's announcements way up there too. He had some cool ones about joining us on Discord. Okay, now I'm really going to shut up. All right, bye guys.